Hello YouTube, this is Kaito JR here, and I'm here to do another review on chapter 51 of the Ajin demi-human manga entitled Fury. So in this chapter, we see, first of all, in the flashback where, this is just like a short flashback, it didn't really happen that long ago, it's just Tanaka on his way to the meeting place with Sato supposedly following him, but it was revealed last chapter that he wasn't actually following him at the end of the last chapter, which Tanaka was like, he was just broken down, like, I can't believe that freaking liar. He was supposed to follow me here, and he just drove off on his own with Takahashi and Gen, those two bastards. And yeah, Okuyama is still working with him as well from afar. Of course, he didn't show up. And he has a weak right leg, but still, yeah, he still worked with Sato, and he's someplace else. But yeah, so Tanaka, he had to go inside of the meeting place to meet up with the cabinet minister of the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare on his own, with the rest of his guys as well as his bodyguards. Because Tanaka, he doesn't have a choice. I mean, he has to go in there to meet up with them. With all Sato, I mean, yeah, the cabinet minister was like, "Oh, Tanaka, you're here. So wait, why are you by yourself?" Yeah, funny thing about that, Sato, he kind of didn't follow me all the way over here completely and didn't show up. Yeah, so, well, whatever. I mean, I'm the only one here. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm the only one you're supposed to be talking to, not really Sato or Takahashi or anyone like that. You should be talking to me. No, I want Sato here, not freaking you, okay? Sato is the ringleader, right? So I want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to you, okay, Tanaka? Yeah, so, of course, Tanaka, there's nothing for him to do, though. I mean, and somehow he ended up leaving, but you see, the thing is, Sato, he drove all the way to the Iruma base with Takahashi and Gen just so they can infiltrate there. I mean, okay, this is what Sato did. First of all, Sato, I don't know, somehow we saw this person who looks like Sato right in front of the entrance of the Iruma base. Of course, the Iruma base is this, it's also called the JASDF Iruma base, or because JASDF means Japan Air Self-Defense Force. That's where all the jet planes or just fighter jets are all located at in Japan, in the Ajin demi-human universe. Of course, they're all located in the Iruma base. The JASDF, of course. Yes, that's why Sato is going here, just so he can use these planes that have arsenals on them, so he can use them to, well, mostly not use really the arsenals, to be honest with you. He's just going to do the same thing that he did with the Grand Pharmaceutical Company. You know, just kamikaze attack them with the planes itself. You know, that's his plan. That's Sato's plan. He's just going to drive the plane into buildings, and then he's going to reset back to the base with I guess one of his limbs, just like the same way he got into the Force Security building. Same way, like he had his hand inside of the Force Security building, fried it up inside this. He stuffed it inside this fried chicken box, and then yeah, he ended up there because he trimmed himself to death by this wood chipper. He went to this wood chipper factory. Yeah, you all remember, right? Yeah. Sato's gonna do the same similar thing chapters later on into the future of Ajin demi-human. Yeah, I mean, he does do this, but I'm not there yet. I mean, he uses this tactic over and over again, trying to destroy as many buildings as possible with the planes he gets from the Iruma City base right here. Yeah, the JASDF Iruma base, of course. He does that over and over again, but here in the chapter, this is like the first time he gets here. I mean, of course, he's in a process that first he has to find a way to sneak in here. I mean, somehow we see him at the end of the chapter. We see him right behind of the Prime Minister giving his speech about this festival that's happening at the Iruma base. Of course, everyone first was in front of the Inariyama Park Station just so they can get entrance to the JASDF Iruma base. They do this, I guess, yearly, maybe like every year or so. Maybe not every year because that's kind of like a lot of work to have this prepared. I mean there's like 200,000 people in the Iruma base right now having this festival, this annual base festival. Probably yearly. I mean, I don't know if it's yearly or not. Maybe every decade or so. I mean, they can't do it yearly since, like I said, it's like a lot of work. But I mean, Sato would have done this just last year, but maybe it's like I said, like a process. Like he has to plan this all out perfectly, so he can only do this like this year, or maybe he just didn't think of this. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he just thought of these waves probably just like this year during the events of the manga. So I don't think he probably thought this like years ago. Like, okay, years ago, I'm gonna think of this plan, kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like how Sosuke Aizen thought of his plan to like betray the whole Soul Society from Bleach, you know, the Bleach anime manga. Yeah, it's kind of like similar to that. I mean, with Sato, he probably just thought this whole plan just this year, like I said, currently in the manga. So yeah, he didn't have too much to plan with this, but it's still a really good plan. It's just maybe there's some holes in it and some flaws because right now Kei Nagai, he's still at around the meeting place. Of course, he's like running around the place in there just so he can get into the Iruma City Civic Gymnasium Medical Care. Yeah, it's like a room inside of the gymnasium. It's like, yeah, it's this medical room basically. It's just so because Kei needed to go see some TV because he wanted to know what's going on the news in around Iruma City. And yeah, Ko went to go follow Kei to run all the way over there to the medical care room. Tosaki followed him as well there too, and yeah, they opened the TV and they saw Sato, he's there as well. But of course, first they saw Tanaka just walking behind the Prime Minister because somehow Tanaka, he transitioned from talking to the Cabinet Minister at the beginning of the chapter, then somehow getting all the way to just right behind the Prime Minister really quickly. And then Tanaka then looked behind him. He saw Sato right behind him. But you see, the thing is that there's another Sato-looking person just being restrained inside of the Iruma base at this moment in time by this lieutenant guy just and his subordinates as well, just trying to restrain him because they think he's Sato, even though they see another person who resembles Sato a lot more just on TV right now, on the news because they're watching the Prime Minister giving their speech, but then the entire crowd saw him first because they were facing the Prime Minister. They saw Tanaka right behind the Prime Minister, and then the Prime Minister just noticed the whole crowd just looking behind them. They're like, what's going on? Why is everyone looking behind him? What the hell, Tanaka? What the hell? Yeah, then Tanaka goes right behind him. Tanaka, he looked behind him, and then like I said, saw Sato, and that's the whole problem. Tanaka's like, Sato, what the hell, man? You were supposed to be following me all the way to the Cabinet Minister so we could give a meeting to him, but then you're here at the Iruma base, probably causing more trouble. Like, what the hell, Sato? You can lie to me again. Yeah, so of course Sato's doing his own thing, but I think there's something going on here. I mean, yeah, the guards from the Iruma base were just checking everyone out, just make sure first of all Sato. They were checking that, make sure Sato doesn't accidentally sneak in, and they checked everyone, and eventually they found a guy who looks like Sato, and then of course this person was actually Sato himself. Of course, Sato is really good at acting. I mean, we saw right here how he was pretending to be this ordinary camera guy. He wanted to be like this pilot of an airplane, I suppose. Around I guess he just wanted to work at the Iruma base. That's kind of the fake story, the fabricated story that Sato made on the spot, just so he can take suspicion off of him and put suspicion on the guy on the TV who resembles Sato but is actually someone else. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't want to say right now. I kind of want to leave it for next chapter when it's revealed. But yeah, this other person on TV who looks like Sato, and then that's how the real Sato, who's restrained in the chapter, is like, you see, I told you I'm not Sato. Sato's in the guy right in the freaking TV. You see him right now, right? Yeah. Everyone's like, the lieutenant and his other subordinates were like, oh crap, I think we got the wrong guy. Yeah, okay, release the restraints on him. That's not Sato. Yeah, they're all screwed right there. Once they release the restraints, Sato's gonna freaking just slaughter all of them. Of course, the lieutenant is gonna survive for just a little while. Yeah, he'll definitely die. I mean, everyone inside of the Iruma base is definitely going to be killed by Sato. But yeah, of course, it's a work in progress. I mean, they have to keep on keep on the process before Sato can take complete control over all of the JASDF Iruma base, and then he'll have complete control over the fighter jets, so he can use them to kamikaze attack buildings all throughout Japan in a really quick succession. Yeah, he's gonna destroy all of them. Sato, yeah, he doesn't care. He's just gonna go through it. The lieutenant is gonna have to do everything he can to stop him, of course. But I mean, you see, the lieutenant, he has always suspected that person was Sato, that it was not just some random guy. No, that's Sato right there. Of course, he told his captain, that's Sato, definitely. I mean, you gotta believe me. We have to make sure there are restraints on him. Of course, the captain says, restraints? What the hell are you talking about? What if he's the wrong guy? We can't put restraints on him. That's going overboard. I mean, we can't take any chances. He looks like Sato, so of course he's the main suspect. We have to make sure he's restrained. It doesn't matter if it's kind of brutal or not to restrain him, but we have to do that to keep everyone else safe outside. I mean, there are 200,000 civilians out there right now. I mean, of course, that's a huge ass number. So yeah, we have to make sure we defend all of them because we can't lose that many people in Japan. Because the captain, he doesn't care. He just wants to make sure, yeah, he just ordered his lieutenant to like remove the restraints off him. Of course, his lieutenant has to do what his captain says, so he has to go and do that. But then the lieutenant, runs out of the door, and then of course his one of the lieutenant's subordinates was like, Lieutenant, we just did some work on it. We just did some work on the guy who looks like Sato, but we can't really find anything that resembles Sato at all. I mean, we find his driver's license, and it said like he's this person from this sort of prefecture that's not related to Sato whatsoever. But yeah, the guy was like, yeah, the lieutenant says, okay, look, we have Sato's fingerprints. Just analyze that with the guy who looks like Sato, and then see if it matches at all, like the fingerprints, the DNA. The DNA subordinate's like, all right, I'll do that. I'll do just that. Yeah, the lieutenant goes, walks off to see the guy who looks like Sato. Of course, I already just talked about that. What happens after that in the video, of course. Before that, yeah. So, of course, like I said before, at the end of the chapter, another person who looks like Sato appears, and we all get confused. Like, wait, so that's Sato? Then who's this guy who looks like Sato? What's going on here? Okay, of course, Sato is doing something really clever. Of course, with his IBM. Of course, I don't want to, push on too much detail. I kind of want to reveal the full thing in the next chapter. But yeah, I mean that's what's going on here. What's gonna happen? Yeah, of course, everyone's gonna die. That's what's gonna happen around the Iruma Basin. It's gonna take a while for Ken Nagai to figure out what's fully going on. Of course, he kind of has an idea. Yeah, Sato's gonna kill everyone there, so we're gonna have to get over there as quickly as possible. Of course, they're gonna have to get a car to drive over there because it's pretty far away. I mean, not far enough since Tadako's able to get there just quickly enough. Like, yeah, I don't like. It's kind of weird. Like the Captain Mister let Tanaka just get in his car and drove all the way to the Iruma base. Or what's going on here? Like, of course, we're probably gonna figure it out in the next chapter on the full story there. But yeah, I mean, but maybe I'm missing something. Missing something at all? Am I? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I just covered everything. Yeah, alright. So yeah, that's the end of the chapter review, everybody. Make sure you comment down in the comment section below if you have anything you want to say. Well, that's it for the video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and bye.